With the first pick, the Orlando Magic select Dwight Howard.
Howard bringing them to their feet.
What a season it's been for this young man. He just keeps getting better and better. Dwight Howard, do they trade him? Do they try to keep him?
This is an extremely difficult situation. Howard is one of those people that wants to be loved by everyone.
And I'm loyal. You know, that's just who I am. That's my nature. I told my teammates, that I'm all in.
You know, you might like Young and the Restless. I'll take the Dwight Howard saga. It just keeps on giving. Larry Smith here with Antonio Davis on Game Time. It's like Christmas in July, AD. It just keeps on giving. The story keeps giving. We keep talking about it until it finally gets done.
It really does, and it needs to, because this guy is going to keep on giving to this league, and any team he gets to, he's going to affect the floor, affect the game on both sides of the floor. He's learning how to score in multiple ways. He's altering shots. I mean, this guy kind of does it all, so that's why the story is so big, because he's so big.
And he is, and that's the thing, he's still young. So wherever he goes is going to be a major player for the next decade. So let's get to this deal and what we've talked about. And I hope you're sitting down at home, because just give me a moment here. Okay, the original reported framework goes like this. To the Nets from Orlando would be Howard, Jay Rich, and Earl Clark. The Magic would get from Brooklyn Brooke Lopez signing a long-term deal, Damian James, Sheldon Williams, Armand Johnson, and 3 future first-round picks, 2 of them from Brooklyn. More on that in a moment. Now, there is a third team talked about being involved, the Cleveland Cavaliers. When you bring in the Cavs, the top line, Chris Duhon then goes to the Nets. The second line, the Magic get Luke Walton from the Cavs, and then Cleveland gets Q Rich from the Magic. Sending out of games, Chris Humphries, the Nets' first-round pick, and $3 million in cash. But wait, there's more. There's now talk of a fourth team being involved. The Clippers coming in. At the bottom, you can see there. They would get Marshawn Brooks, who had the outstanding rookie season for the Nets last season. And in terms of what the Clippers would give up, they would send a first-round pick there in the second line to the Orlando Magic. So in all, if you're keeping track at home, that's 13 players, 4 first-round draft picks, and $3 million. That is a massive, massive deal any time of year. But here in July is what we're talking about. So, you got that? There's a test at the end of the show.
I got it. I think I got it.
This is so complex. My question to you is, because it's so complex and so many different pieces to this, what's the difficulty of this deal actually getting done?
It's very difficult. There's so many things that you can see may fall apart. Everybody has to be healthy. I'm sure they're sending medical records all over the place. But the one thing I'll tell you with this deal is GMs are definitely earning their money. Who's ever making these numbers work, you have to give them a lot of credit to put something like this in place. I think Brooklyn has shown time and time again that they are really thinking outside the box to try to get Dwight Howard there. They're constantly sending deals all over the place. I really applaud them from trying to put this team on the map.
And they're the ones really behind this. We look at kind of the players and who's running this. And we thought for a moment after the Joe Johnson deal that they might be out of the sweepstakes. Clearly not. They are working overtime, burning up a lot of cell phone minutes trying to get this thing figured out. One of the things they're really behind is the Chris Humphries deal. He comes off the 1-year contract, wants a long-term deal, but Cleveland really may not want to give him that kind of a long-term deal. And we understand that his agent hasn't even talked to the Cavs yet.
Yeah, and this is one of those pieces that's volatile. I mean, he's shown that he deserves, I think, a long-term deal, but can Cleveland offer him? I don't know. Is he willing to take 1 year and then next year get a multi-year deal? I don't know. So this will X the whole deal. We don't even have nothing to talk about after that. I don't understand the Marshawn Brooks thing, though. I feel that this kid has shown that if you give him the ball, he can go out and score and draw attention. If you add a Dwight Howard, I don't know why they would get rid of him, but once again, GMs are earning their money.
Somehow those pieces work, and
it works.
The Magic won another draft pick.
Yes,
Clippers have one. I guess it works out. For Orlando, Brooke Lopez getting a max deal there. Your thoughts in terms of Lopez possibly becoming the center of the future for Orlando?
Well, I'm sure they're a little bit worried about his health. But when he's healthy, he's shown that he can be dominant on both ends too. He can definitely score the basketball. You definitely give him the ball in crunch time, and he's going to make plays. So he can be one of those focal points in trying to, start and build a team around. I think other guys from Orlando have definitely signed long-term deals. So they have some pieces that they can move around there.
So with almost 1/7 of the league involved in this deal, possibly, one team not being talked about in this one reported potential scenario, the Lakers and Andrew Bynum. As you and I have talked, if Dwight's number one, you could argue Bynum the number 2 center right now in the league, especially young, in his mid-20s, just like Dwight Howard. How long were Orlando, or are they trying to still hold out for Bynum? Do you think he is still a possible player in this?
I think he should be. I think if you're going to give up a player like Dwight, you're going to have to get something back that is comparable, something that you can build around for a long time. And the only thing that would be of concern with Brook is just his health, because I think he can do some of those other things. But Bynum is that type of guy. I think people really don't know what you're going to get from moment to moment. Or you're going to get the Bynum who can go out and get you 20 and 15 and 4 or 5 blocks, or you're going to get the Bynum who, he's not really aggressive, he's not really interested. I don't know, but I think it's a good bet that they are still trying to get that type of player.
And the Lakers, you wonder if they have enough draft picks, which with the deal and Steve Nash, you can't give up the 14 and 16 number 1 picks. Do they have enough to make that deal happen? Stay tuned. We do know that the Nets have not yet received Dwight's medical records, so we don't think a deal is imminent. But then again, like I said, stay tuned.